It's Tim Albright with AVNation at InfoComm 2017. My buddy Clint Hoffman from Kramer. How are you,
Hello,
sir?
Tim. I'm doing great, man.
Good. Nice big booth this year.
Thank you.
Very nice.
Yep. We got a lot of stories in here too. Yep.
That's the thing is we'll get to the products in a second, but the way you've laid your booth out is solution based.
Yes.
Is story based, not just here's this box, here's this box, here's this box, but it's more like here's what these systems of boxes can do to help you or help your client.
Exactly, and we learned that kind of the hard way because we used to like try to set up all these sophisticated demos that would be like real world applications, wire all the product together, make sure it works in the worst environment possible for wireless, and it was always just a challenge. And now we're like, hey, people get that if you say it does this, it does it. I don't have to actually demonstrate that. So let me tell you the more important story. How is it going to benefit? And that's what we've done.
Yeah, tell the story. Part of those stories, or one of those stories, over the last couple of years, you guys have moved. Your tagline now is AV Beyond the Box.
AV Beyond the Box. So we came up with that kind of a rebranding of the company last year at InfoComm, and this year we're delivering on that promise with our AV over IT kind of sub-branding. You know, we're saying, hey, we were a manufacturer of hardware. We had to be a manufacturer now that also provided software solutions and cloud-based solutions as part of this AV IT conversion.
So talk about that specific, the AV over IT. How are you guys sending the video and the audio over the network, and how do integrators integrate that?
Okay, so AV over IT is kind of a catchphrase, and one sub aspect of that is our AV over IP solution. Yep. It's one form of codec for sending information across the network. You get an encoder and a decoder, about $1,000 a piece, attach them to your source and your display, go through the network. With that particular codec, you're looking at about 30 milliseconds of delay, which is almost imperceptible.
Yep.
So for particular applications, that's ideal. In other applications, you might want to have something that has a little less bandwidth, so a little bit less quality, but might have a little bit more latency. We're going to be coming out with an H.264 version of this. We're going to come out with a version that includes the Blue River NT technology from AVNation. So then we'll have a family of products to allow you to do it based on your application. But here at the show, we got the MPEG 2000.
Okay. Just following along the IT route, let's talk about Kramer Control.
Yes.
It's shipping now.
Yes.
You've already had a couple installations. First, what is, if you needed to give somebody kind of an elevator pitch, what is the one thing they need to know about Kramer Control?
The one most important thing is that when we sat down in this day and age to design a control system for the enterprise level use from the ground up, we designed it from the start to provide data. Okay. So every single thing that happens over the control solution is captured automatically without the necessity for programming, and it's stored in the cloud and available immediately for review in a dashboard. Also, you don't have to decide what it is you want to capture. You don't have to program anything to make that happen. It's there. You want to know how many times monitors were turned on and off in your 100 rooms in the last 24 hours? It's there.
So why is data important? If somebody's, okay, that's great, you're giving me data. I understand that as a former tech manager because we actually utilized systems that did that, but why is capturing that data important?
So we're now selling, we've got a converged market, AV and IT have converged, and we're now talking and selling to customers that are the IT directors or the leaders of the IT department, as opposed to the traditional AV technology manager title that used to exist and used to be our customer. Well, these people, at first they said to us, hey, AV guys, not on my network. And then they came around and said, okay, I understand that this is now my responsibility and I'll put your stuff on the network, but you have to give me the ability to have like an enterprise management solution. I need to be able to sit somewhere and see everything that's going on, just like I can do with everything else connected to my network. And so what Kramer Control is doing is saying, we're going to do that, and we're also going to give you the visibility to the data that will allow you to make the return on investment decisions. As you build out another 100 rooms, how about you build them out with the technology that's getting used in the first 100 rooms and none of the extra stuff, and also build them in a manner in which they're being used. Yeah. So it's all about making smarter decisions.
All right, another IT-ish piece is VIA. You guys have VIA has evolved. Started out as a wireless presentation device. Now you've got parts of it that, how do I put this? You don't need the display. You can send it between devices.
Well, that's true. We've come out with a little piece. I think what you're referring to might be what we call VIA Share.
Yep.
which is a little app that you and I can put on our computers, and if we're in a coffee shop or somewhere in the world, we can create a little ad hoc network right there between the two of us. And now we can see each other's screens and share files and do that kind of interactive stuff. We think via Share, which is a very entry-level type of collaboration solution, will lead you up the ladder to the other VIA solutions, introduce people to it, and allow them to move up the ladder to the other solutions.
All right, last piece we're going to talk about that I'm kind of excited about. Dr. Kramer's son, Yuval Kramer. I've gotten to know him personally. He's a great guy, an incredible guitarist.
Yes.
You guys have developed in your audio department a full-blown DSP. Talk about the thinking behind that and kind of the rollout of your full DSP.
Absolutely. So with Yuval being recruited by his dad to come work for the company and get off the road being a rock star, he said, I'll do that, Dad, but I want to take the sound, the audio that we do, and I want to focus on that. And so that's been a real benefit for us.
Yeah.
So we have a real studio recording professional who's now leading our effort. So what we're saying is it's a new age of audio at Kramer, and also that we're bringing recording studio level quality to the Pro AV industry. So Yuval sits down, he's taking on these responsibilities, and he says, okay, what would be, everything's moving to IT, AV over IT, the IP network. I need a DSP that will work with Dante, give me 1,024 inputs by 1,024 outputs. I want to bring in the best possible processing I can, so we got Waves audio technology and put that in. And then I want to be able to have one space where I can switch those signals and adjust, make the changes to the DSP as necessary to those signals. So what we've done is we've got one box, it's a server, that has this software on it that allows you to do exactly that. It's using standard Dante audio. You can take a hospital, a campus, whatever, and you can route audio 1,024 by 1,024 to anywhere you need it to go and process it at the same time with a very incredibly high level of DSP processing.
Yeah, it sounds pretty good. So, all right, sir. If somebody's coming to the show, where do they find you? And if they're not at the show, how do they find you online? So
if they're coming to the show, we're at booth 2930. And if they're not coming to the show, www.kramerav.com.
All right, very good. Clint Hoffman, thank you so much, as always. My name is Tim Albright. For more information about us, you can find us at avnation.tv.